Anything that you want to do in life, you need to follow this rule, which is law of attraction. My name is Somen Mondal and I am a commercial buyer's agent. In this video, I am going to talk about how law of attraction is the core of having a kind of a big portfolio. In fact, if you talk to most of the investors, you will find these things that people use this law of attraction. What is law of attraction? There are movies being made, famous movie called Secret. If you have not watched, make sure that you watch that movie Secret. It's an amazing movie and it will give you that idea of how this law of attraction works. Now, in this video, I am going to talk to you about how you can apply that in your commercial property journey, and just by using this law of attraction, how you can have passive cash flow, because this is exactly how I am doing it. So I actually want to pass it on and I want to share with you that how this works and in my personal examples. So let's dive into it. All right, now to start with law of attraction, there are four categories or four different things that needs to happen. And now the first thing is the thoughts. Now in your mind, you produce thoughts every single day. You produce a lot of thoughts. I am producing every single day thoughts. Now we have a choice to produce good thoughts, and that thoughts, in my case, of course, I am talking about commercial property, to produce thoughts about that, hey, I am owning this commercial property. What will happen if I own this commercial property? What will happen if I buy this one? At this stage, let's not talk about that how this is going to happen and what needs to happen. Let's just produce those thoughts. And I will give you an example. Like back in those days when I was just passed out from school and I entered into uni back in India, and my maternal uncle, he wanted to buy a petrol station in India, and for some reason he just couldn't buy. But I must say that since then I have been thinking about this. It didn't happen and all, but one day I want to buy a petrol station, and that thoughts were keep on coming in. Now that I came to Australia, I have started buying it, and guess what? I now own a petrol station. So the point of these things is that I want you to understand that the thoughts needs to come first, because if you block it, if you say that, okay, I'm never going to buy a commercial property, I'm never going to invest into property market, that's it, that you are blocking the thought. So the rule number one is that produce good thoughts about particular things that you want. So if you produce good thoughts, that's the first step of making it happen. So the law of attraction says that if you produce good thoughts consistently, that will lead to the next thing, which is believe. You have to believe about commercial property. Believe in the sense that, okay, if I own, what will happen? If I own these things, how? So thoughts came, and from that thoughts, you produce that into a belief system. Now, if you produce good thoughts, that will lead to in your belief system slowly. Now you have to believe, right? Let's say, how do you believe? The practical example is that belief is more of talk to those people and follow those people who have done this. Then only the belief things is going to come, because you can't just believe like, oh, you will become like a $10 million worth of commercial property purchase in tomorrow, unless you know somebody who has done it, know the process, and start following them and believing them. Of course, you can fake it in a way that saying that, okay, this is my belief, and yes, it can work. But if you follow those people who have been doing this, we have been in a situations of buying multiple commercial properties and all, then that belief will slowly imply on you. It's kind of a loop. You will have good thoughts, that thoughts will lead to a belief, and then using that belief you will produce more thoughts. So it's going to work like that. Now ask yourself this question: are you telling in your mind that you will be buying a commercial property this year or next year or in foreseeable time, or you are blocking it completely? It's like, no, I'm not going to buy a commercial property. Because if you block it, no matter what you are saying to outside world, in your inside world, if you are blocking it, then it's not going to happen. I have been very often, because you need to believe in yourself, you need to produce those thoughts to make it happen. I hope this video can gives you some sort of a clarity, and if you are enjoying this, please subscribe this channel, turn the notification bell on so you get to see more videos like this, and it also help us to reach out to more people like you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.